Have you ever wondered what it's like to ride shotgun in a screaming, roaring vehicle as it drifts around the track? To feel the G-force pushing you back in your seat, all the while praying that the driver doesn't lose control? Well, the drift scene in Japan is no longer something that people only practice in secret. It's become a nationwide event that, if you know where to look, anyone can come to watch. Welcome to the competitive world of drifting in Japan.
Hold tight, don't let go. Hold tight, don't let go. Hold tight, don't let go. Yeah, don't let go. Enjoy the ride.
So about a year or so ago, a guy named Ryota reached out to me on Instagram and he said that he loved my YouTube videos and that if I ever wanted to come to a drift event, he would love to show me around. Me and my friends were obviously down for that.
Holy shit.
So we drove 2 hours to the Suzuka Circuit to watch one of their practice sessions and it was mind-blowing.
Hold tight, don't let go. Hold tight, don't let go. Hold tight, don't let go.
Why are you crying? It's too much. It's quality. Oh my god, so good. I'm so happy. Thank you.
Competitive drifting has been around in Japan since the year 2000, when the D1 Grand Prix first went mainstream. Since then, the competition has expanded into 3 categories for drivers to work their way up the competition ladder. D1 Divisional, which is the qualifier for different regions of Japan, D1 Lights, and then of course D1 Grand Prix at the top. There's also the famous Formula Drift Japan, which is brought over from the US in 2014. It's adrenaline pumping, it's exciting, and of course, extremely dangerous.
So in 2014, I had rollover. I flipped about 110 km/h. I am pretty lucky. We have like roll cages
Roll cage.
and a 4-point seat belt, and I didn't get any injuries. So everybody has big crashes, even like D1 Grand Prix champions.
Yeah, if you're not crashing, you're not learning.
But these days, so expensive everything.
Yeah.
So I want to say.
What happened?
I just came off to the battle and just a little bit.
What?
Didn't crash.
Oh, that's good. Lucky.
No worries.
No worries.
Man, I swear some of these cars are held together by like duct tape and a dream. They're like half falling apart like Frankenstein together with like different colored doors and bumpers. It's crazy. So the last event that I went to at Suzuka Circuit, that was just like a practice time. But now we're at the Meihan Circuit and today's like a qualifying event for the Kansai All-Stars, which is a really big like drifting event in Kansai. There's like 100 people here, there's so many cars and it is so loud.
Leaving me amazed. Must be magic, magic. Must be magic, magic. Oh, it feels like magic, magic. It must be magic, magic.
This track and this beat in particular, there's a whole wide range from like absolute beginners to like absolute champions here as well. So once you see the beginners go around the track, it really gives you a sense for like just how difficult it is. A lot of practice, a lot of time.
For brand new tires, maybe 2 sets, which is 4 real tires for a day. Basically 150 per tires, like a 600 Australian dollars
Yeah.
for a day with petrol.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, of course, like brake something.
Yeah.
Of course, brakes. So.
So back at that first track we got to watch them practice at, it was such a mind-blowing new world to step into that I honestly would have been happy just to watch. But when Ryota asked if I wanted to be a passenger, there's just no way I could have given up that opportunity. But looking back, I really don't think I knew what I was getting myself into.
Hey, ready?
Yes. Let's go!
This is my friend
Oh, okay.
from New Zealand. So I'm gonna try and chase him.
That was crazy! So many times I was like, oh, will I die today? It's very close. I feel like shaky still. I'm still like buzzing. That's crazy. It feels like I'm out of control, right? Coming around, but
Yeah.
you're in control.
Yeah. Just focusing and measurement.
Right,
like
yeah.
Where its initiation is good. So if I feel slippery, I'm gonna go to initiation area.
Yeah.
But if I feel like grippy,
Yeah.
I can go like faster
Later.
as why are you wearing Crocs like everyone else? Because they are bogus.
In drifting competitions, there are 4 key factors: line, angle, speed, and showmanship. The line is the predetermined path set by judges, and drivers are scored based on how well they follow this line. Angle refers to the car's degree of movement during the drift, so the sharper the angle, the higher the score. Speed covers how fast the car enters, drifts around, and exits a turn. But arguably, the most crucial aspect is the show factor, which includes things like generating tire smoke, maneuvering the car in a really exciting and daring way, and of course, getting a great reaction from the crowd. Then, in an additional category, there is chasing. In this situation, one driver takes the lead, which means that they set the speed and the line, and then they try their best to drift away from the other car. It's then the chaser's job to follow the leader and try to get as close as possible to them, closing up the gap in between. If you spin out, have a collision, or need to stop your car for any reason, your score for that run will be 0. Like pretty much any other sport, it's all about just how far you can push it.
So for the first half of today, it was just like a practice run. So everyone was warming up the tires and getting used to the track with the weather conditions and everything. From lunchtime onwards, it's a qualifying round. So the judges are marking them on a whole list. No! I should have recorded earlier. Are you nervous?
Yeah, nah, mate.
It's hard to say when drifting first came on the scene, as oversteering was always something that drivers were aware of and they were trying to correct. But the first person to really lean into it and drift on purpose was driver Kunimitsu Takahashi. After sustaining serious injuries from a motorcycle event in 1962, he switched to car racing for, safety. But back in the 70s, tyre technology wasn't as good as it is now, so to combat losing traction on tight corners, drivers used to slow down and then tentatively make their way around the corner. That was until Kunimitsu Takahashi decided to embrace the slip and drifted the entire way around the track. The audience loved it, he won the race, and he inspired a whole new way of driving in Japan. The man who really popularized it, however, was this man. Keiichi Tsuchiya. He'd gotten so good and well known for his drift skills that he was nicknamed the Drift King, and he pretty much pioneered and steered the industry to where it is today. This is just a really rough, simplified history though. I highly recommend watching this video by the Squid if you'd like a much more thorough deep dive. Even as someone who's generally never really been into motorsports, I can honestly say with no exaggeration that this is the most exciting event I have ever seen in my life. But nothing comes close to the feeling you get riding as a passenger.
On the outside, bring it out of me. Hold up. Always been the one to make a left, not go right. I think you awesome. Go ahead. You already know. Already. Sing with the matinee and the late night show.
Something broken.
Oh, really?
Maybe half shaft or clutch or gearbox.
You're going to try and fix it now, or it's finished?
I think it's finished today. This is a reality.
Yeah, right?
Luckily, Ryota only damaged his car on one of his last runs, so he was still able to compete for the qualifier. Now all that's left is to wait for the result.
How old were you when you first started drifting?
Yeah, when I was 18 years old, I want to drive here so much. So much understeer, so much oversteer. I cannot drifting four-way, but improved a lot. And then 10 years later, I'm still here. この関西オールスターの予選会はいつもすごいいっぱい人が来て、その12人の中で予選を上がるのがすごく難しいと言われてる。これは2年ぐらいあんまり走ってなくて、なんか使ってるタイヤも違うし、まあ言い訳になるけど、あんまり自信がなかった。今回に関しては。This is reality.
Having the chance to get to know and interview Ryota, a man as talented and badass as he is nice. Like, he offered us all of those free rides in the passenger seat when he didn't have to. He's just such a generous guy. For his day job, he actually has his own printing company that designs, prints, and places custom sticker designs for cars or motorbikes or any kind of signage, actually. So if you want some kind of custom design on your vehicle, send him an email and he will get it done. Also, go follow him on Instagram if you would like to see more of his amazing drifting content. Honestly, before I got to see drifting in real life and really diving into the world of competitions, learning about the history and the true cost of racing, I don't think I ever gave it as much credit as it deserves. Like, watching these two events where you get to stand right next to the action, feeling the wind as it blows past you at 100 kilometers per hour, and from watching true professionals maneuver in a way that you'll never see anywhere else, it's just the most exciting experience, and I highly recommend it to anyone if you ever get the chance. If you'd like to see some drifting competitions when you visit Japan, I've left a few links to different events coming up in Japan. And if you want to actually try out drifting when you visit Japan, go check out Team Orange, as they have private lessons and information available in English. As for Ryota, he's got his next competition coming up in October, so I'll be cheering for him there, and I'll probably make some kind of post about it on Instagram, so follow me there if you want to see that. If you've already made it this far in the video, please subscribe to see some more deep dives on life in Japan like this, and let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Do you have anything to say for somebody who really wants to start drifting? Where should they look, or what should they do?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Do it from 2023.
Unless you're already rich, then you can do it.
If you guys are rich, you can do it.
Yeah.
If you are a very normal person like me, don't do it. Don't f***ing do it.